What?
Cool.
Wait, is Nicole here?
Yep, she's here.
Yep, I'm here.
Hello.
Well, I don't think we need a recap. You guys all know what happened. So,
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
ding dong, the bitch is dead.
I hit him in his face with his own halberd.
You did.
Hilarious.
That was a pretty good moment.
It was great.
We find ourselves completing a long rest in the destroyed remains of the gutter. What still remains, injured soldiers of all different types from different backgrounds, nations, and journeys that have all come together and are kind of both partially celebrating and also kind of honoring the fallen from the battle before. Kind of the leadership in Nadali and the Emperor Elwyn, Tobias, Winnie, they're all kind of still doing damage control and things like that. But for the most part, it seems that the vast majority of the Empire's army has dispersed amongst the borderlands following their evisceration by Zisram the Vorpal Dragon. And there's no current standing force that appears to be a threat to the Alliance or to the gutter immediately. And so the only thing to do left is to travel to the Kadron Empire and face Gaston Kadron, as well as, of course, the giant keeping him alive through necrotic magic.
And if I recall, we have a teleportation circle into the palace.
Last we checked, yeah.
That's
Well,
correct.
because they had like changed it, but we somehow got a good look at it after they changed it. I don't remember how.
No, they had a copy of it in the Valley of the Small Folk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good memory, Jay.
Thank you. I mean, it is my backstory. So.
I mean, even still. Well, do we just SEAL Team 6 it in there?
I don't see why not.
Have a hero's feast the night before, maybe, and a hero's feast to celebrate our victory and prepare for our upcoming mission.
Yeah.
Well, I
The
think
victory lap.
Yeah, the question is, when do we want to do this? Because theoretically, any of the Empire soldiers that were here and got scattered, they're weeks away from Cade, so they're not going to be making it back to defend the tower.
Hypothetically, as soon as possible, I think. That way they have less time to prepare, because, yeah, there's still going to be some soldiers in the capital, right?
Those that are not completely demoralized by the fact that they've lost the war, or there's probably still a handful there.
You're gonna have a garrison, but I think we just basically go as soon as we're ready to rock and roll.
But also, I mean, are they really going to fuck with you? The majority of them.
The regular jabroni soldiers.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah,
no, you're good.
Yeah,
He's in there. You guys go.
You guys sort it out.
And who would do we want to bring anybody?
I would want to bring the Emperor.
Yeah, I would imagine the Emperor and Nadali.
We want to put him on that throne.
Yeah.
Plus, he leveled up again.
He did. Was he 7, 6?
I mean, based on how much XP he got from slaughtering all the soldiers, he should be level 20.
No.
I think he's got to be solidly mid-level right now, right? 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there?
He is level 7.
There you go. Yeah, that's solidly mid-level.
Yeah.
That's an appropriate level for a young king.
He has 75 hit points.
It's respectable.
I mean, that's more than Takoran before, 2 or 3 days ago.
Before his body snatcher escapade?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we long rest, Heroes Feast, and go.
Sounds good to me. I could use some Heroes Feast breakfast pancakes.
Heroes Feast pancakes.
I don't know if we... Oh, I guess we're going to use a wish for Heroes Feast.
We could if we have. Do we have 9th level slots?
I
Or
mean,
is-
after a rest we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can rest, use it, and then go the next day. So one day out.
Sure. Yeah. Because it lasts 24 hours, right?
That's why I'm saying, do we maybe take one day to prepare ourselves?
Yeah, I think.
And then go the next day. That's what I would prefer.
Sure.
Sounds
Yeah, it
good.
works.
You can wish us a hero's feast, and I can wish us a Tukorin. And then we can go the next day.
Cool. So we enjoy the delicious Heroes Feast pancakes. If somebody wants to, whoever's casting that needs to roll for the temp health or the max HP increase. And you guys kind of say goodbye to your allies that remain there and get ready to what is essentially a cleanup mission, just putting the nail in the coffin of this undead regime of the Empire and reinstating the crown, knowing that the combat is probably mostly over. The war is not only ended, but essentially prevented before it even begun. And that you guys have saved many, many lives. And hopefully this ushers in an era of peace for the time being.
So we had an extra 16 health from the last Hero's Feast.
That would be gone.
So yeah, realistically, we're going down then by what 7?
Yeah, but it's fine.
Okay, just makes it easier math-wise.
Cool.
So who's going to...
How ruined is the gutter, by the way? Especially without Helbram there to really destroy the buildings.
Excuse me, I'm gonna yawn. The siege artillery and the dragon attack have destroyed basically the entire outer wall that was built, and approximately 30% of the actual commercial city. But most of the thieves' hangouts and the actual fortress itself that Winnie stays in, and the underground garden where Carganta was buried are all okay.
30% isn't too bad. All
And it's a
things
small
considered.
place, really.
Yeah.
Well, and plus the entire alliance is still standing, which is more important. Kind of the whole goal.
Yeah. Buildings can be rebuilt.
Did we lose anybody of note? I mean, I we lost a lot of soldiers, but did any of the main characters die?
None of the main characters died. You guys lost a lot of fodder, but without Helbram and Abrar there was just no one capable of dealing with the dragon on top of the other issues. Like, Nadali is so far above everybody else, and when he can summon elementals and things like that, there wasn't really any threat to them from just the first initial wave of combat. Like, the threat was waves and waves of endless soldiers pouring in.
Or a bar
But-
had a rough session last session.
Oh, poor
It felt
Abrar.
really good to do that.
With his dying breath, he annoyed Kryn.
He
The rest
did.
of that battle.
That's all I could do.
Get this thing off me! God damn it!
I would also hope that we're not spreading the information around about the info about the dragon. In a perfect world, I'd like them to think that dragon is always a threat, rather than
Sure.
Hey, Thomas's food arrived.
Yep.
When we go to the place, we need to bring Helgrim's head with us.
Thought we were gonna give that to the alliance.
Were we?
I mean, if any one person deserves to have it, it's probably Intish.
Is it?
Good point.
I can tell you, Kryn has already given it to Antish.
I may borrow it from her office.
Why don't we just? I mean, we could
According
just-
to Thomas,
if we just
she
take
threw-
Helbram's glaive. That's pretty much.
I mean,
the
look,
halberd.
that's cool. You show him the glaive, but really, just taking his head out of your bag and rolling it to Gaston's feet, it's such a better effect, you know.
According to Thomas, she already threw it in a fireplace.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Unless he wants to retcon that.
No, it is what it is. Jarsali's very upset at this.
Of course she is.
By the way, I have a plan for that armor. Because I think we should give it to the Emperor, and I should make him a belt of giant strength that gives him enough strength to wield it.
Or we could give it to maybe Mara or what was his name, Pierce? One of
The
them
young
two.
paladin guy. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That
I always
Pierce,
liked that guy.
did Pierce have special armor, like something that was?
I know they-
sentimental?
I'm back.
The Emperor has special armor. I think Jay wanted to know if Pierce, the paladin guy, has special armor. Thomas.
He has +1 half plate.
Is it sentimental or is it generic +1 half plate?
It is generic.
There you go.
We're trying to figure out what to do with Halbern's armor.
It belongs in a museum.
So do you.
All right, well, let's go then. We'll figure all that stuff out later.
This music sounds kind of like the music from Rush.
No, that was.
I know it's
Game of
not, but it
Thrones.
has a very similar feel to it.
What it was playing earlier was from The Last Samurai.
All right, well, I guess if we bring the halberd to throw at his feet, that's fine too.
This is Skyrim music right here.
I mean,
Say bring the
Rogar-
halberd and throw it at his feet. I've already attuned to it.
Yeah, Rogar's gonna be
Oh,
using
that's
that
fine
shit.
too. Yeah.
He's going to throw it, and then it's
He's gonna
going
throw
to
it
start
at him.
start whacking him in the head.
Yeah. I don't know what you're
Just really
talking
wanted-
about.
Just really wanted to roll the guy's head to him. It's just so bumming now.
Well,
All right. I mean, I guess the world. You got to live with disappointment, you know.
yeah, that's how it is.
I told Brian what happened to Helgrim's head, and he's sad that Intish threw it in a fireplace.
Understandable. Well then.
Are we doing this?
Yeah,
Oh, I had my Heroes Feast pancakes. We're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Cool. Well, who's gonna teleport us to where?
Well,
I
I'm
think
the one
only he knows the
teleportation
teleportation circle.
so
Yeah. So.
So yeah, I would cast teleportation circle to the castle cage.
All right. You guys vamp in to and you are bringing the Emperor with us, right?
And,
We would assume he would want to go.
Yeah, you'd want to go.
and Nadali.
Should we take Nadali?
She's part of the leadership.
That's true.
I guess we could ask Nadali what she thinks.
Yeah, we could ask Nadali if she wants to come, I suppose.
She would say that she's willing to come, but also she thinks that it's probably good if she starts interacting with the leadership of the Alliance.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know, and also if the mission does go horribly wrong, better not to have literally every member of the Empire leadership there to die.
Yeah, I mean that was my main reason for maybe not wanting to bring the Emperor. But
The Emperor needs the closure. He needs to close the book on it.
Agreed.
You must kill your grandfather to be a man.
Show up.
You
kill
guys,
your grandfather. Be a man.
you guys 1v1. We're gonna watch.
What?
That's a terrible idea.
Clearly, he was not the rightful emperor. All right, Rogar, your turn.
Well,
Oh, Rogar is the rightful Emperor.
turns out.
We vamp in to the Empire teleportation chamber. You guys know that this is supposed to be under heavy guard, but as you vamp in, it's kind of stone-floored room with like red tapestries on the walls, a few different like Order of Azure banners, things like that. There's nobody else in here. It's completely empty. And kind of peeking in the hallway outside, you see the castle seems mostly empty. You know, there's usually servants or butlers or guards around in kind of these hallways, or some type of service staff, but it seems like it's pretty deserted.
Odd.
Hmm.
Is there any signs of like struggle, battle, anything, or
Not here, really, no.
Can I use clairvoyance to look top-down view above the castle? See if there's anything going on outside.
Sure, you see a few different groups of soldiers currently like talking with various civilians. By soldiers, I mean like clearly conscripts, people who are just like forced into the army. There's like a crowd outside of people that they're talking to. It looks like they might be giving them some kind of information. And there's a few people that look like they're going around to the various like lordly manor estates that sit around the castle and are just like looting it, coming out with like fine china and tapestries and things like that.
I would let everyone else know what I see.
good for them?
You guys are like, hey, that's our stuff.
Hey, you go loot somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't
You
mind
know-
you looting, but don't loot my stuff.
Go loot in the poor people areas.
Anything happened to our tower while I was looking?
Your tower was destroyed in your absence.
Mhm.
Motherfuckers.
I'm not
How about
surprised.
my blacksmith?
Bastards.
My blacksmith shop, all right?
Yeah, it'd be there.
Okay.
There'd be a whole bunch of soldiers working there now, just like making arms for the army.
Well,
Not for long.
where's the Emperor, I wonder?
Should we head to the
Why don't we
throne
just go ask someone? Just go pick some random soldier and say, "Hey, where's the boss man?"
room? I'll walk out of the room and just walk around like I own the place. To look for someone.
Sure. A
Head-
little
head
while
towards
later,
the
you
boat.
find like a kitchen staff person. They're coming out with like some very valuable pots and pans in their hands. And they walk around the corner and they see you and they go, "Oh!" And they drop. They all clang to the floor. They go, I didn't.
Yeah, we don't care. Where's the Emperor?
He's gone completely mad. Ever since news traveled of Helbrim's death, he has locked himself in the throne room. There's been sounds of combat from in
Okay,
there.
cool. Thank you.
We're gonna go to the throne room.
On the way back, I'll pick up one of the pots and hand it to him.
Thank you.
Is the you said he was locked in the throne room?
Yeah, you guys would approach the throne room and you see the large double doors beset out there. Kind of this red carpet rug that leads up to the doors and beyond into the throne room. And it looks
No.
like it's just locked from the inside.
Kind
I'm
of
gonna-
offhandedly as we're walking over there. Be like, sounds of combat. I wonder, is he like arguing with himself or who he's fighting with?
I'm gonna try and burst in dramatically.
Make an athletics check.
No matter what happens here, it's going to be funny, by the way.
33.
4 doors.
Doors go flying open, both doors launching into the room. You see many discarded bodies in the room of Empire soldiers. Their designations mark them as messengers, probably the people who had come from the battle or escaped and had told him what happened.
Oh, he was literally just killing the messengers as they came in with bad news.
Yep.
Sounds like it.
Oh my god. There's like a saying specifically not to do that, you know?
I'm going to take Halbern's old halberd and just gonna make it start floating next to me as I walk forward.
You see sitting atop the throne, covered head to toe in blood, is Gaston Cadron. His body and skin much worse off from the last time you've seen it. Kind of this shriveled, decaying husk. It looks like his skin's about to almost fall off, like it's almost liquefied. The only thing holding him together is this necrotic energy from the various black spires stabbed into his skin.
I want to take a look around and see if I see Eleanor the Lost.
Oh yeah, she's there.
Okay.
She's directly off to his left. She stands there, green lightning crackling around her, holding the smaller version of the rune pillar you guys had seen before in her staff that allowed her to raise the broken heroes from the dead. Also in the room are 2 Empire Knights and a very scared-looking mage. You see there was originally 4 thrones of the council members. They've all been completely destroyed and almost melted down for their gold and valuable materials, which have been added to the main throne where Gaston sits.
Does the mage look scared of us or
Everything?
Just like I'm not.
He
This
looks
is above
like
my pay grade.
He looks like, since there's not that many mages left, he's just the guy they decided is in charge now. Like, he was probably just like some low-level Order of Azure mage, and the Archmages died, and all the high-level mages died, and all their apprentices died, so he's just like in charge by proxy, and he's just and he looks terrified of it. Like, he does not want to be here.
I'm gonna just nonchalantly walk up and just keep on walking towards Emperor Cadron until something happens.
When we're within 60 feet of this group, I would like to cast a spell.
Well, here, I'll have you guys roll initiative then.
That's fair.
Just before then, what I would like to say to
Sure.
Was it what? It's not Eleanor. Eleanor the Lost.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, you must realize this is over now. Just send him back, and we can be done with all of this.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I also have 2 more. Put him on the map.
She says, "It has been over for my people for generations. This changes nothing."
Apparently, I have a giant 2-core.
What if Jarcelli had gotten a 25?
The
Might be
battle
different.
gets much less anticlimactic. Just, you're right. We're done here.
She would have to do that. She would just have to leave and not like recharge him. Like, he'd run out of battery eventually. All right, have fun in here. We're leaving.
My response will be, it's too bad you will have to pay for the crimes of the people you choose to support as well. It didn't need to be that way.
Rogar.
Wow, did I really roll the highest?
Oh shit, I didn't roll actually, I don't think. Hold on. I was
Oh,
too
here it
busy
comes.
trying to roll high, yeah. Hold on.
There it is.
Gaston, by the way, has a longsword and a shield.
Do I get an icon for my halberd?
You do.
At the halberd icon? I guess I'll go first then. I will, while you're doing that. Nope. As a free action at the start of my turn, I will activate Focused Mind, giving all of my friends within 30 feet inspiration.
Ooh.
I will then. Oh, I would have also pre-charged my sword. There's no situation, basically ever, in which I wouldn't have done that. So. It's probably the first thing she does in the morning since it lasts for so long. Recharge on my spells. As a bonus action, I will activate Blade Song. And for my action, I will quaff the potion of invulnerability that I've had for a bajillion years.
Didn't you use that last fight?
No, I used the spell invulnerability last fight.
He used wish to cast invulnerability.
No,
on
I actually
himself.
had the spell invulnerability and the 500 gold pieces worth of platinum or whatever it was that I needed to cast it.
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah. Wish cannot
The 9th level spell, so wish
cannot copy. Yeah, ninth level spell.
Oh, I didn't realize it was 9th level. It makes sense that it is, but
Now this isn't the same thing. This gives me resistance to damage type as opposed to invulnerability. So it's not quite the same thing. Is this so? I assume, like right here, Thomas, this goes upwards.
Yeah, so that's kind of like where this is where the 4 seats sat of each council member beneath these statues, and then the emperor would sit here.
So
But
in
those-
theory, if I was here, am I out of vision of the mage?
Yes, it is. It is approximately 10 feet high.
Okay, great. Then I will basically make sure, even ducking down there if I need to make sure I'm out of vision of as many of them as I can, and that'll be my turn.
Rogi.
I'm going to rage and then move up to here. And then I'm going to have my halberd come up 30 feet too. I'm going to pull up my Blade of Thirst and Silver, and I'm going to use the Howl of the Elfin Hulk.
By the way, friends, now's the time to start flipping through your inventory and that thing you've been holding onto forever. It's the time to use it.
So DC 22 Strength save, where they take 39 necrotic damage. And are frightened of me. Oh, it's a Wisdom save, not Strength save, sorry.
They both fail.
And they both take 39 damage and are frightened of me for... It doesn't say for how long.
I think it's supposed to be a minute.
Okay. And that'll be it.
Well, they're both scared of you.
so they can't move closer.
They're both going to back up and fire their crossbows at Rogar. Which,
Can they
I
even
mean,
hit him?
No way.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Toof, toof. Even without disadvantage, his AC is like a million.
Well, sure,
They-
but they
that's-
have disadvantage because they're frightened.
They'd have to crit him, so they'd have to roll double 20.
Yeah, that's what's miss.
The Order of Azure Mage is going to cast. What is he going to cast? He's I think he's just going to go with the a classic fireball.
Sure. I mean, why not, really?
At everybody in the back line here. I just realized I didn't roll initiative for the Emperor, so he'll go next.
Both of us wizards back here will absorb elements.
DC 14. I now know approximately what level he is.
Poor guy, so far out of his league.
Not high enough.
I didn't roll my deck save.
Wow! 2 Corin and 2 Corin made it. It's crazy.
I made it. So that's what, 15 damage?
Sounds about right.
8 damage to both of us. Doesn't bother either of us.
And Gaston just steps forward, almost taunting, as if challenging Rogar.
Does he know what he's doing?
Oh, I hope. Do you mind if I retcon, Thomas? I totally forgot I had this. When I activate Blade Song, I can use one of my spells for free that's attached to it, and so I would have used Jarsali's Pregal as well.
Sure.
And then I would use that action to move another 40 feet off.
Yeah,
of
no
it.
problem.
So is it like an overhang here? So I would be under that.
Yeah, you're under it right now.
Okay.
2 Corin. Oh, I'm sorry. The Owen would go, and you would just dash up behind Rogar.
Use a bonus action to cast Misty Step, and I'll go to here. And as an action, I will drink the potion of maximum power.
Ah, there you go.
This is Brian's right. This is the OP item dump.
Yep.
Fight.
Yep. And that's it for me. Orin will do nearly the same thing. Let's see, so from there, he'll teleport 30 feet here. And what is he going to cast? Let's see. Oh. Terrible. Just over 60 feet. That's so bad. Sure, why not? He'll do... This is fun. He'll do Chain Lightning
Nice. That's a good one.
on this guy. So then it can chain up to let's see. 3 bolts can leap to targets within 30 feet. So yeah. I'll leave the mage alone in the back. I feel bad for him. So yeah, well actually, you know what? Yeah, no, why not?
Is this Mage the Bandit you guys adopt this campaign?
I mean, I would adopt him if everybody else doesn't kill him, but yeah.
He fireballed Grin.
So yeah. Dexterity saving throw, half as much on success.
I don't think they can succeed.
Oh, I didn't hit the mage. I only hit Lady Eleanor, the other Empire Knight, and Gaston.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Eleanor, the lightning just crackles around her harmlessly and turns green.
Makes sense.
She is a lightning giant, so she does not seem to mind.
That's fair. Tukorin forgot that. I didn't. He did.
You were role-playing.
Yes. And that's it for me.
Grin.
Is drinking any potion a bonus action?
Yes.
I will drink my potion of speed. I now have haste.
Oh my god.
I will move to right here. I will shoot once at the wizard because he fireballed me. I'm gonna use sharpshooter. Yeah, fuck it.
Bryn, leave my new apprentice alone.
Misses.
All right, I'll shoot at him again.
If Kryn doesn't get him, I think I've got him one shot pretty much.
45 damage.
I don't know why the colors aren't changing yet.
Weird.
But you shoot him, and he just immediately slumps over.
Ah, that's a shame.
He fireballed me.
Sure, he fireballed all of us. Did it really hurt that much?
Yeah, you big baby.
It's the principle of the matter.
It's the principle.
I didn't get fireballed.
How many times have you been fireballed? You still care. Just get over it. People get fireballed.
And I'll use the rest of my movement to. I'll go back down the stairs a little bit.
Sure, get behind the squishy wizard.
Yep. Actually, I was getting behind the Emperor.
Eleanor sees you guys all clumped up like that.
Yep.
And the Emperor does have a pretty high AC.
She's going to drop a lightning strike at everybody in this little clump.
Nice. Well, that's gonna spark another pair of absorb elements from the wizards.
So 36 damage.
Emperor's unconscious.
I'm gonna reduce the Emperors by 10 if that makes any difference.
That would make a difference.
And then 10 of that gets reflected back as force damage.
She just drops a massive lightning bolt down in the center of your group. You guys are all blasted away. Takorin and his spellcasters managed to stifle some of the damage, but it's still no fun for sure. And then she will run towards Jarsali.
Drasali's like, thank you for coming closer.
Boots is gonna move. Oh wait. Boots is gonna move over here. And then why is the Emperor so squishy?
He's
just a boy.
Oh no, my boy!
She'll use a healing word. Third level for the Emperor.
Boots is just so annoyed at the Emperor already being hurt.
15.
She's like, I'm already the healer, I guess.
I will use. You messed up my plans. I'll just. No, because he has good constitution.
Let's see. Healing word's a bonus action, so if you wanted to move farther, you could use your action to move.
No, I don't need to. I'll use Fairy Fire on. Wait, what is the radius of that? 20-foot cube. So, yeah, that's what I'll do for all those guys.
Cool. And what kind of save is that?
I think it's a dex.
Do you know your DC?
It's 19.
Oh, whoops. That's a wisdom. They both fail.
The Emperor, too.
What does that do?
You get
All
advantage
attacks
on
have
all
advantage.
Okay.
And then I will. So he also failed? He's gonna keep
Yeah.
that fail?
Yep.
He's just gonna keep it?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'll use my strike forms. I will do. I'll do archer form and. Oh, I would have done chalice form. I would have done that. So he also gets another 19.
God, Chalice is so good.
Archer form and chalice form.
It's pretty great.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, Gaston will battle cry to unfear his dudes. And you guys have to make.
Wait.
Go ahead.
DC 20 Wisdom. Okay.
We are
Sorry, that's-
immune to.
And you guys aren't within 20 feet of him, so you're fine.
Well, also our pancakes made us unafraid.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're immune to fear.
They were just that damn good.
Roar! Whatever. I had pancakes yesterday.
Have you had these pancakes? Nothing in the world else matters now.
Oh, Emperor Cadron.
Love it. There you go.
He hits twice. Runs up and he just yells, "For the Empire, you must fall!" And you see Gaston kind of looks at him and goes, "Grandson, it's nice to meet you." Quickly, like, deflects the first 2 strikes, but it isn't expecting him to be so proficient, and the second 2 find their way in, and he just goes, "Ignorant little rat!" And he will legendary action to attack back.
I'm kind of surprised though, Nicole. I expected him to legendary resist the fairy fire.
Oh yeah, wouldn't those first one hit with the advantage of
Yeah,
22?
22 and
Nope, he has a
26.
23 AC.
Oh,
Oh, the other one will hit,
Yeah,
though.
the second one
26 will hit.
So
There we go. Dressali.
Is it a bonus action or an action to apply poison to my dagger?
I think it's an action.
I think so too, but I want to double check.
Because I think the
It
poison
depends on the poison.
gives you.
Elder Serpent Venom.
Oh yeah, that's you can definitely use that as a bonus action. That's a quick
Is it?
thing.
As a bonus
Oh,
action, I
okay.
will apply that.
poison or feat. You can coat a weapon in poison as a bonus
Elder
action
Serpent-
instead of an action.
Elder Serpent Venom's its own thing.
Okay.
It's basically comes on like a wet rag, kind of like a baby wipe, but poison, and then you just really quickly like swipe your blade through it to get it all
Okay.
sticky and wet.
So as a
Alright.
bonus action, I will put the Elder Serpent Venom on my dagger +1 because I can't put it on my lightsaber. And
it just evaporates, and you're like, "Fuck!"
Like,
also,
shit.
as a free action, at the start of my turn, which is this one. Yep.
Dude, you've had that Elder Serpent Venom
A
forever.
long time. A long time. I will use that. So it's actually
I think you got that like on your first or second session playing Jarsali.
something like that, yeah.
That's a good point, Jay.
I didn't. I will give him 9 extra hit points.
He would have been invited to
Oh.
pancake breakfast,
10,
dinner, whatever.
15,
You guys are just like, "No, you can't come."
20. If she can take an attack of opportunity as I just run by her if she so chooses.
She will do that.
No, 21 doesn't hit.
I wonder if she has legendary resists.
Is that it for you, or just running over here?
One way to
Oh,
find
no.
out.
And then I'm going to Misty Step there, and I will attack.
Well, the thing is, my silence I only get to use one time a day, so if she does,
So this is on the dude to my right. 20,
I'll say
30.
I'll say, Crane, from what you've seen, she's not spell casting. She's just a lightning giant, so she can innately shoot lightning places.
okay.
30 hit on the dude to my right.
Yep.
So 14 damage, normal damage, and then he needs to make a DC 15 con saving throw, which he fails. So he takes 26 more poison damage.
I remember when I gave that to you, that was like so much damage.
I
You guys
know.
were like
It's
level
still-
4 or 5.
Still pretty good.
Like, whew.
And I will
96,
use-
that's crazy.
My extra attack to attack the other one with my regular weapon. Does a 30 hit? And if so, 38 psychic damage to the one on the right.
No, 30's not going to do it. No, that'll hit. Jarsali just teleports up, eviscerates both knights. They fall to the ground over the balcony.
I'll do like the Black Widow pose after because you have to.
Sure.
And that's it for me.
Rogar.
Can the Emperor survive a 10-foot fall off of this with how much hit points he has left right now? Like off the side.
Only
He
one way to
just-
find out.
Gonna grab him and huck him off the side.
I was thinking we'll just like come up, grab him by the collar, walk over, and just gently like put him down on the ground, lip or drop him over the edge. But
Come
is
on, let him have some dignity, please.
is handing him an item a bonus action, or free action, or action?
Handing him an item would be a bonus.
Okay. I'll just walk up. I'll use my bonus action to move the halberd 30 feet farther. And then I will attack him twice. 22 and 32.
32 will hit.
Alright, so that's 21 damage, one of it being radiant. And that'll be it.
He'll look at you angrily. Actually, he would use a legendary action to retaliate with an attack. 25.
Oh, a natural
Would be
one's a 20? Oh.
He misses. And it would be a 20 because he has my ancestor. Well, never mind, he's attacking.
His battle card gives him advantage, so I guess it'd be a straight roll.
Well, he's attacking me, so my ancestral protectors don't give him disadvantage against me.
And he'll go buck wild on Rogar.
One hit.
Yep, one hit.
Doesn't he have advantage still?
It's a straight roll because of. Oh wait, you don't have ancestral protectors up.
Yeah.
But it
Wait,
Why
it
does he
never
have
applies
advantage?
to Rogar.
His little battle cry thingy gives him advantage.
only said on his next attack.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 14 slashing damage.
Okay, and then he will bonus action shield bash,
That misses.
action surge,
29 hits.
For 16.
and then he just looks up at Rogar and just goes, "What devilry are you?"
I yawn.
Takorin.
It's like a lion yawning, though. It's like a yawn, but like a half roar, half yawn.
Come to here, and I will Glacial Spike at 8th level, which will do max damage because of my potion. So you're looking at 100 and what is it? 7, so 98. So that's 102 damage. But I get to make a con save. So 51 damage. And I will, with a bonus action, I will Ice Barrier to the Emperor.
All right.
Good call.
Should have used that as my opening move.
What, Glacial Spike?
Gravity Fissure.
Two
Tukorin is going to come over here and is going to cast Banishment on Lady Eleanor.
Ooh. I like that. If she fails, she's gone.
DC 21. I believe she
Quick.
originates from this plane, so I think it's just a minute, but
And this is on Eleanor?
yes.
And it's a charisma save.
Ah.
Wow, met the DC. Unless Boots has anything for that.
Oh
I
yeah,
think she's
Boots, you
too
didn't.
far
What's
away.
your cosmic omen?
No, I add. I don't subtract.
Okay.
Boo.
You know, you have to be within 30 feet, too.
Might be 60.
I
Well
think
then, Takorin will bonus action Ice Barrier to me, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Great.
I will move to right here. I'm going to shoot at the Emperor twice. That's a 24 and a crit. and I'm going to action surge and shoot him a third time. And that's a 26. So that's 50, 64, 74. So 50 plus 74 is 124, 134, 154, 163. Did I do that right?
171.
171 damage.
Wow.
He's really upset about that.
I bet he is.
I mean, this really is just a victory lap. I mean, this guy is nothing compared to Elbrun. Like, he doesn't have the fighting capabilities.
If he had that nasty sword, he might.
Yep, he'd get a whole bunch of nasty undead magic stuff, but he's just like a really strong guy, you know?
He's a fighter. He's a strong fighter.
He's a guy. Oh boy, Illianer is going to drop another lightning strike.
We spread out, though.
So this one will be at
I'm guessing that's not something that can be counterspelled.
Nope.
Excellent.
This will be at 2 Corin and Kryn.
All right.
It's the only place she can hit 2 people that aren't Rogar.
Another absorb elements.
Oh, I'm going to Indomitable to try to pass that.
And I'm gonna reduce
Wow,
it.
you passed it. Holy crap.
Yep. Okay, so 26.
And I'm reducing it by 12 for you.
Oh, so 26 minus 12 is
13.
16? 14.
14.
Well, 13 for the Corin.
And Eleanor takes 12 force damage.
All right.
Corin's still looking pretty strong.
Pretty healthy?
Yeah, for the fact that
And-
he started this with 60 HP.
She's going to climb up onto the mantle here.
Oh boy.
Boots.
Oh, I think she ruined my plan.
Oh no, that's happened to you twice in a row.
I know. Yeah, she definitely ruined my plan. Okay, I will not do that. I will cast. Oh, that's worse. That is a worse plan. I'm going to just do a guiding bolt at Eleanor.
Okay.
For
That'll
20
hit.
and 16 radiant. And then a larger format. Damn it,
20
I'm
hits.
supposed to do them in the opposite. That's fine.
It's alright, she's still guiding bolted.
No, because
Oh no, she's not because you hit her.
Yeah,
Bad.
I'm always supposed to do it in the opposite, and I never do.
Well, that's fine. We have advantage on just about everyone else. I don't see an issue.
Owen hits him again. And Jersali.
Any legendary actions you're forgetting?
Oh, that's right. He retaliate. All of his legendary actions are reactions, actually.
Oh.
So he will react by hitting him back.
Ooh.
Is the Emperor unconscious?
Yeah, he immediately, after taking the hit, just turns back and just slashes him and says, "A shame my bloodline's gotten so weak."
Wait, he would have resistance to the damage. Is he still unconscious?
He only,
Actually,
I think.
hold on. As a reaction, I would like to use Silvery Barbs and make him reroll his attack.
Okay.
Watch now, it's going to be a crit.
Actually, you know what? I'll do the same thing.
And again! I mean,
But-
33, 32, 30. We brought it down, right?
But 2 core. No, I'm kidding.
Elwyn had ice barrier, so he'd have resistance to the
He's
damage.
still down.
Okay.
Bummer.
Just barely.
Also, what is Elwin's AC again?
Let's see.
Pretty good, but it's not 30.
24.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Oh, Elwin does have resistance due to my thing too.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, he does. So that would be a quarter damage. So he's good.
Nice.
Forgot about that.
16 to 8. Go, Jarsali.
All right. I will 10, 20, 30. All right, plenty to get there. And as I am running by, I will cast Steel Wind Strike. So attack the Undead Emperor once and Giant once. Okay, well, didn't roll the damage. But here's the attack roll on the Emperor and the attack roll on the Giant.
Yep.
So 42 on the first one. Force damage, if it makes a difference, ignore the 5. So 42. And then the second one would be 34 force damage.
Whew.
And then because of haste, I will attack the Giant with just my regular attack. 25.
Yep.
And God, that's a terrible roll for 13 force damage. And then as a bonus action, I will use my offhand attack and attack with the dagger. 23 hit.
Yep.
And 12 piercing on her after that. And that's me.
Rogar.
I have a quick technical question. Does anyone know off the top of their head how to make it so that it just automatically puts the rolls into public chat? For some reason, it's asking me if it wants me to do public or private every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
so
you.
the okay, you're just gonna do it.
Settings.
Yeah, I
You got
figured I
something
just
on
couldn't find it.
Query. Yeah.
There, I fixed it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I will. Guess I will use my bonus action to hand Elwin Cadron a potion of superior healing,
Good, good.
and then I will attack Cadron twice. I guess. 31 and 29.
Yeah.
So 47 slashing, 14 radiant. That makes a difference. So 61 total.
He's looking rough.
And then that'll be it. Unless there's any legendary actions for him.
Yeah, he would retaliate against Rogar, right?
So Thomas, imagine if we let me have the double barrel mod to my gun. I would have shot him 5 times that round.
Oh, God. Nope.
Wow.
He's rolling bad.
Yeah, that's it.
For his turn, he will attack you.
All those
33,
hit.
33, 36, 31. And for the shield bash, you have to make a strength save or be knocked prone.
You would think he would start with that.
I pass. I can't roll lower than a 26 on my strength save.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Strength save is not an ability check, is it?
No.
No, it's not.
Okay. Then I do have to roll.
You're fine.
You're good.
Roll above a 6 and you're good.
All right,
Or 6
Scorn.
or above.
Right, I'm gonna cast my 9th level spell. Blade
Power
of
word kill?
Disaster.
Oh.
And I'll put it right here.
It'd be really cathartic for Marcus if I got power word killed.
I'm gonna cast Power Word Kill on the Emperor. Elwin Cadron
How about
dies.
Wrong one, wrong one!
So then, with my Blade of Disaster, I will attack the Undead Emperor twice. Let's see. Where did that go? I had it on here somewhere. weird. Alright, well, what I'm going to do instead then is I'm just going to roll a regular attack. Flurry, just for the number. Oh, boy.
At the crit on a Blade of Disaster.
So that's 12 d12 force damage.
Beautiful.
67 for the first hit.
That's not even a great
Well, that
roll.
first hit will drop him,
No.
and he lets out a roar of fury and he enters the second phase.
Okay, does 23 hit him on the second one?
Yep.
33 damage. And for my action, I'm actually going to walk up to here, and I'm going to feed the Emperor a superior healing potion.
Blade of Disaster is a bonus
It's a
action?
Bonus action spell.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yes.
That's wacky.
It's a 9th level spell, dude. That's why Jay was so disappointed when Hellbrim was immune to force damage.
Yeah, I was ready. But this is the victory lap. So what? Superior is 8. What is it? 8d8 plus. No, 8.
8d4
plus 8.
plus 8.
Come on. He heals for 27. I'll step back to here. For Tukorin's turn, he is actually going to do the same thing. He is going to cast Blade of Disaster as his one 9th level spell.
Oh god.
So put it right next to it and attack the Emperor.
He's gonna have 3 floating weapons just battering him.
28, 27.
Mm-hmm.
Both. Let's see, 8, 12. Terrible. 43 damage. And for his action, he is going to cast Flurry on well, no, actually. No, he's gonna toll. God, what is he gonna do? He can't toll the dead.
Grapple the giant.
He grapples one toe, sticking out a sandal. Half a toe?
She's not that tall. She's like 14 feet tall.
Sure, he's gonna toll the dead.
You can get a push in.
On the Emperor. I don't know if necrotic damage is gonna help.
Doesn't seem to hurt him.
Okay.
The
Crit.
roll even knew it had no damage.
I am going to first do a second wind. Is that plus fighter level? Is that the way that works?
Yep.
Alright, so 26 hit points. And I am going to rinse and repeat on the Emperor. I'm going to action surge and shoot him 3 times. 23, 26, and another crit. So 40.
And this is on the Emperor?
That's on the Emperor, yeah. So let's see, that's 74.
Wouldn't
Plus
the first one be a
40.
16?
Huh?
Oh wait, never mind. You have that thing where you don't get disadvantage in melee, don't you? Do you?
Yeah, I do. That's 74 plus 40 is 104. No, 114 plus 36 would be it's 160 damage, I think.
We can all just agree, it's a lot.
He hates that.
And that's it for me.
Eleanor's gonna attack you now, Grin.
I'll use my reaction to turn invisible.
She's gonna attack you at disadvantage.
The
Like she knows you're
20.
the problem or something.
The 20. Nope, neither one of those hit.
She's pissed. Boots.
I'm going to drop a Was it 7th level? 7th level Moonbeam up at the Emperor.
Oof.
Yeah, fuck him up.
So much moon.
It is
Such moon.
It is a con save, though.
That's the last thing I heard
Yeah.
last time I pulled down my pants.
That's so much.
A lot of moon.
But it is radiant damage if that means anything.
He doesn't seem to like it. But he's also having a hard time noticing because Rogar's beating him up and his grandson's beating him up and there's 3 floating weapons beating him up.
And then I will also Archer form him. For 23 radiant.
Yeah, that'll do it. And this is on the Emperor or the Giant?
The Emperor.
Excuse me. Yep, I have hiccups.
Stop it.
Is that it for you, Nicole?
Yep.
Nope. Dressali.
I will once again cast Steel Wind Strike. Mark that spell off. So first attack on the Emperor, I'll miss. Second attack on the Giant, 18.
Nope.
Son of a unless...
Flanking. That's a 20.
Oh, it is a 20. I'm flanking.
It's true. Well, that's a spell attack though, so I don't think it counts.
It does.
Why wouldn't it?
Spell
It's a
attack
melee.
rolls,
It's a melee
yeah.
spell attack.
Is it a melee spell attack?
Mhm.
Steel
It is a
Strike?
melee spell attack roll. Yep.
Oh, there you go. I thought it was ranged,
Nope. It says specifically make a melee spell attack.
so that'll hit.
All right. So the damage on her would be 36 force damage, and then I will attack her and bonus attack her. 30 on that one, and 27. So 13, 18, 27, 32 damage total on the attacks. In addition to the 36. So 36 and 32.
She's having a bad time.
And let me lower my AC, and that's it.
Rogar.
I use my bonus action to make the gravity halberd come up here and attack Kadrin. 25?
Yep.
Probably doesn't get the rage, but for 17 slashing. And then I will attack him twice.
Oh, he's fucked.
He crit him.
Rogar, you bring down the blade of thirsting silver and sever his head from his body with a flash of necrotic energy, like a geyser. The green lightning shoots out from where his head was, and he falls to the ground.
I will turn around and walk over here. And that's it.
Did the Emperor use his bonus action to drink the potion of superior healing
Oh, he would have.
that Rogar gave him?
33?
No, yeah, that's fine. 33.
Okay, so let's see. I can move both of the weapons to Lady Eleanor. They'll each make 2 attacks. I'll do mine first.
Oh.
Does 19 hit?
Yep.
Of course.
Oh. Is she down?
Let's see. She has 1 hit point left in this phase.
I'm gonna cast.
In this face.
I'm gonna cast. Well, gee, it seems a waste to cast.
Don't cast Senate. Just sneeze on her.
It seems a waste to cast.
Record melee attacker.
I was gonna
Yes.
cast Math Suggestion on her, but
No, I like the melee attack. Hit her with your stick.
fine. I'll just do Flurry.
Oh,
That's not what we said. Woo.
Okay, so 27.
Yeah.
All right. So, what?
Click above that.
Too cold to And then 24, 33, 18.
Yep.
Another 18 cold.
All right.
And so then 2 Corin will have his sword fly over. And wait a minute, isn't there something about the crit being lowered for Blade of Disaster?
Yeah,
The
18 to
crit's on
20
an
is a crit.
18 or higher. And that 32, that's an 18. Oh yeah, hold on. Another 8, be 12. So another 46 on top of that 27. And he is going to actually back away. But he'll disengage.
Okay.
He'll disengage and back away.
Cool. Kryn.
I am going to shoot her. Kerpow!
Kerpow.
For 43 damage. And can I hold my second action?
No.
Well, see, I was wondering with haste, like normally you can hold an action as a reaction, but with haste I have 2 actions.
It's
I
an
think as long
action. I don't see why
The thing is,
not.
as long as it's one of the things that you could normally use it for, I would think so.
Yeah,
There's
haste-
specific things that the haste action you can be used for.
Yes, it's like attack, dash.
Attack, dash,
hide,
disengage,
something else, yeah.
hide, or using
Okay,
object
so spell,
action.
yeah.
Alright, I'll shoot her again then. Does an 18 hit?
Nope.
Oh, that's a shame. That's it for me.
She's going to drop a lightning bolt right on top of herself. And then at the end of her turn, she drops a second lightning bolt right on top of herself.
Okay. So 2 deck saves? Wait, she needs to recharge that on a 5 or a 6.
She recharged it last round, but she didn't use it because she attacked you.
Oh, okay.
Then how can she do 2?
Her second phase, at the end of each of her turns, she casts Lightning Strike. Or she calls a Lightning Strike.
Well, Corin made a good choice then.
He did. Oh, that's gonna hurt Jarsali.
1 second.
Oof. 34 and...
You know, the annoying thing is I actually have advantage on dexterity saving throws too. Oh
I
my
do too,
god.
but
I have
do
a
you have-
plus 11 in dexterity saving throws with advantage. I
do you
failed.
have your inspiration?
Oh no, I failed 1. I don't
You
give
have
myself
inspiration?
inspiration. I don't give myself inspiration. I only give you guys inspiration.
Okay. No, that's too
But
bad.
I
What?
passed the second
Ah.
one.
Okay.
So what's the damage? Because I am resistant to the potion anyway.
68 and 72.
Alright,
So 34 and
68
36.
halved.
34 and
68
36.
halved.
It is 34 and 46.
So
It'd be 70.
Well, the
No.
second one is halved twice because I passed it and I
Yeah.
have resistance.
So the second one is 28.
No problem. Luckily, I had a shit ton of temporary hit points.
That hurt.
If I
What-
rub arcane paste on myself, does that give me resistance to lightning damage?
No.
Just start lathering up with arcane paste.
I'm almost at half health.
All right, Boots.
Boots will do her standard mass cure wounds. Chalice phase combo. So 23 for everybody. So
Thank you.
16 for everybody.
So 39.
I'll move it actually right there. And then she will use a archer form on Leonor. 33 for 12 of radiant damage. And at least my turn.
Elwyn is going to yell out and say, "You don't have to die here. You can still go home." Nope. Just Ollie.
Alright, I will cast Psychic Lance on her. DC 20 in save. She is incapacitated and takes 19 psychic damage.
Whew.
And then I will attack. And bonus action attack again.
I mean, she's dead.
27
for sure.
hit, 38 psychic damage.
Yep.
And then 12 more.
Yeah,
Is
but
her
we gotta
body
know-
there, or is she banished to her home plane?
No, she's not dead yet.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you said that would do it. So in that case,
No,
that's
I mean, it's
33
gonna
and
do it.
12. 33 and 12.
All right,
Plus-
Rogar.
plus 19, and she's incapacitated.
Do some peacekeeping stuff. Kill her.
I will attack her twice.
I was going to say do some destroyer stuff, but no, you're trying to rebrand.
Like police departments across America.
Uh,
Wow, a natural 1. That's unfortunate. Is it a
yeah.
no?
We don't have advantage for innovation, I don't think.
No,
You should get +2 for flanking, though. We do have her surrounded.
but it's a natural one.
Oh, yeah, that won't matter.
So then the second one would be 30 damage. Still up?
Yep.
I use my bonus action to move the gravity halberd and attack with it.
Oh, that might do it.
For 17.
The halberd flies across the sky and slices across her throat and her massive giant body. She reaches up, grasping at the throat as it sprays blood across all of you guys standing there, and she falls to the ground.
Kren's just covered in blood.
Could I cast life transference on her to heal her
Why?
before she dies?
Jarsali disapproves.
Yeah. Can I counterspell that?
Yeah.
I counterspell your counterspell.
All right, then.
Well, as she falls slump, we've got everything around her. I want to see if she'll surrender.
I will say she was given that opportunity, and I stab her body.
She was
As
given it
she's
twice.
healing, Jarsali walks up and just drives the spell sword into her, and she goes back to unconsciousness.
She made her choice, Tokarin. We offered her that chance. Multiple times.
I'm going to walk up to Elwyn and just put my hand on his shoulder and see how he's doing.
So I'm sorry, Thomas. So is she native to here? Is her body here? She's actually dead?
Yeah, she's a giant.
Okay. Well, she was like a weird shadow giant or
She
something.
escaped to the shadow plane when the giants
Ah,
were being
gotcha.
hunted down.
Because my next question was going to be, could I plane shift after her, honestly?
I'm not done fucking this bitch up.
Fine.
Man, Jarsali hates her for that. Takorin's like, we can still work this out. Jarsali's like, fuck you, no we can't.
I mean, she knew it was over and opted to do it anyway.
Twice.
Twice. Yeah.
Kren's going and just wiping blood off of his face.
I'm going to... the Undead Emperor had a crown, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick it up off the corpse and hand it to Elwyn.
I think I'm gonna keep this one.
Sure, but it's yours nonetheless.
He puts it on the ground and smashes it with his boot.
I'm going to remove the spikes out of the Emperor's body.
Whew. Oh man, I was really worried a dragon was gonna come out of there.
I'm just looking, huh? What?
I was just worried there was going to be a dragon in that one, too. I didn't think that moved through, but it worked out.
Does that happen when somebody crushes your...
I don't know.
All of us look at his crown.
No. And with the undead emperor fallen and the giant stopped, you guys make your way out into the cheering capital streets of Cade, where no one really seems to mind you guys being there. All the soldiers gave up a long time ago. They were only barely even part of the army because of the conscription process. But everyone there had kind of lost their patriotism and enthusiasm for the war a long time ago. You guys are led out into the cheering streets. Elwin's reunited with his people. They're all very excited to see him. And it's just this large celebration throughout the capital. And you're sure echoed out throughout the rest of the world, across the borderlands and into the Alliance. And we find our characters rebuilding, beginning to form some goals of their own, no longer being in this immediate conflict. Over the next few weeks and months, the Empire and the Alliance begin talks of peace. Elwin retakes his place on the throne, and we can start going through your guys' epilogues if you would like.
Bye, Nicole.
Nicole told me she's gonna cry.
Oh.
So I think she's planning on watching the epilogue. She says she doesn't want to sob on the call because Khuros is ending and she's gonna be emotional.
Well, we love you, Nicole, and if Boots decides to commit war crimes in her epilogue, we all support it.
Absolutely.
She just nukes the moon repeatedly.
You guys look up
Fireworks
one day
on
and
the
the
holiday.
moon's just like gone. The tides just begin freaking out.
Well, they would stop. There wouldn't be any more tides.
Well, no, as the pieces of the moon hurtle towards the earth.
Oh, okay.
Well, do we want to get the novel out of the way first? Tokurins, I mean, the novel. Tokurins.
Sure. Who wants? Does anyone really want to go first?
No, I'd rather not go first.
I mean, I'll go first. Mine's pretty boring. I think after all this, Jarsali would help, kind of the Emperor in an advisory / diplomatic role as like an ambassador, help stabilize and rebuild. Then she would probably take some time at home with her family, and over the next, it would be a short amount of time for her. So over the next 30 years or so, probably split her time between the Emperor or the Empire and home. To spend time with her away family and her actual family, and continue to advise if she were asked to do so, and keep relations solid between arguably the most influential kingdom in the world, or at least in this part of the world, and her homeland, and would be pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward for her, kind of chalk.
Kryn would probably hang out for a week or two after the Emperor went down. I kind of imagine we all would, for like immediately after, and then he would tell everyone that he how would he word it? He would say he would probably say he's going to go find some trouble to get into, and then just kind of disappear for a little while. But if I remember right, Thomas was saying we were all going to convene a year later at the anniversary.
Yeah. So at some point,
But
there would be some. Go ahead.
We can come back to Kryn at that point.
Sure. Well, basically, what would happen is at some point the Cadron Empire would be vastly shrunken down as part of the treaty from the Empire and the Alliance. Many nations that were originally conscripted into the Empire are made their own independent nations to kind of break up the military force.
Would it still be considered the Cadron Empire or the Kingdom of Cadron or something else?
It might be the Kingdom of Cade.
Sure, yeah, something.
Yeah, it would just go back to being the nation of Cade. And the Emperor, now just the King, is very beloved by all of his people. He makes peace with the Borderlands. They come to an agreement. The Borderlands is officially given a standing army made up of troops from all of the sides, kind of like basically a militia group to defend it from either side should either side become hostile in the future. And the Archmage Nadali would return to being Archmage of the Empire. The other positions, Lady Armsbruster would keep hers, of course. The other two positions would be up for grabs. Both the Takorn, you could return to being the Lord of Coin should you choose, and there is an open spot for General of the Empire. Which, if none of you will take it, is going to be given to one of the people who helped fight in the Borderlands.
I would suggest. Oh, he's an Alliance guy though, isn't he? The young Paladin dude. What's his name? Pierce.
I think it might be like a show of good faith to put someone from the outside in a position of power to show that they're not still super
depending
xenophobic.
on what Rogar wants to do.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, he's of the clear first person, but if it goes beyond that, that's who Jarsali would suggest if anybody were to ask for an opinion.
Well, funny you mention this. So for the year before that, Rogar would stay in the Empire, help build up the army, and actually train Pierce to make him a better role for the general, because
There you
Rogar
go.
would turn it down.
Successor. Nice.
Thomas, how long until I would be approached after the war was over?
It would be about 2 months, so about half a year. And then the other stuff that you're doing kind of on the side would probably last for another 2 or 3 years before that's kind of dissipated out.
Sorry, the other stuff?
Yeah, do you want to hop into the chat real quick? I'm going to pull you in.
Sure.
Tokaran has some.
Yep. So they'd approach you probably about half a year later.
Sure.
And then they would let you continue doing your own thing for the next 2 or 3 years. And then after that, you'd have to appoint people to replace you for those. So you can build up all the positions, then you gotta appoint people to replace you, and you can still have dealings with them, but you can't be in those positions of power.
Okay.
Cool.
If you want to learn to fight against someone super strong that style, then you can train them. And you want to go the other spectrum.
I can train him how to get shot.
Yeah, that would help that too.
You'd also train him how to shoot, not just how to get shot.
That's true.
So yeah, Takoran would begin by starting a trade route that went from Lavanore through the Alliance, through the Borderlands, and finally to the city of Cade, using the flying ship. So it would kind of just go back and forth through those lands. He would also have lobbied to either be the leader of the Valley of the Small Folk or at least a member of the leadership going forward. So he would have spent some time there. He would have retained originally his position as the Lord of Coin and doing all of this, but would have still worked closely with Chester to help facilitate this as he was mainly traveling around. He would have offered to create a magical item for each of you, especially with the either the Vorpal, or if we could get any more of the what's that special rock?
Celestium.
Yeah, if we could persuade the Great Wolf to give us any more of that, I might use that, but.
He would not give you any more of his Celestium.
Bummer. Unfortunate. We'd be willing to offer to help him with his other brother if you wanted.
If you guys would contact him over the next year, he'd say that he managed to free the other Ulfrenhold from its curse, and that the two of them are going planescaping to find their old friend Amanda Everdelver.
Nice.
Our honeypot for Celestium is gone.
Well, you know, the other thing we might be able to do is try to use the Celestium Shield as a connection to Mount Celestia to see if we could travel there by plane shift.
It's true. It's got to be from Mount Celestia.
From Mount Celestia, yeah. But anyway, that's.
It is from Mount Celestia. You guys might get in like God war crime trouble for that. Like
well,
the gods might be
pissed. We would go and approach and see if there was any service we could do them that might award us more Celestia. But that's neither here nor there. Eventually, so you're saying 2 months in?
I like to imagine you guys just plane shift into like the throne room of the gods, and you're like, yeah, we need Celestium. Get out of our way.
Just get a pickaxe out and start hacking at the throne.
Oh my god.
Ikoran makes another mirror to go to his dimension there.
He just starts like setting up a mirror. They're like, "Excuse me," and you're just like,
sets it up.
No, don't worry about it.
Look, we're the good guys. Trust me. Oh my god. Well, that got derailed real fast. So 6 months into it, I actually would have called you guys together if I could to have a meeting with you.
6 months.
No, sorry, not 6 months. 2 months. Half the year.
2 months. Probably the best you would get from Kren at that point is a virtual attendance.
You know, you can FaceTime in.
Yeah.
We could come to you.
Let's see. Where would I be?
You forget how portable we all are.
Where would I be? I think Kren would probably be. Where's a cool place for Kren to be?
The far north. It's very.
He would probably be in these tropical islands over here. And if you guys port in on him, you would see that Entish is with him.
Ooh, spicy.
You know, Kren, it's funny that that's where you picked, because you'd at some point over at that specific island that you pinged would end up running into Tatiana, who's just like incidentally your neighbor. Just like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here? Leave it. Just, hey, you stay out of my way, I'll stay out of yours.
It's like, what? I'm on vacation.
That's so funny.
I thought she was in the Isle of Pirates.
No, she was just trying to get a ship over to here.
Okay.
You guys like get a house, and then you find out she's your neighbor, and you're like, oh,
we're not getting a house. We're exploring.
He's like, whoa, calm down there. Ease up there, pressure cooker.
But basically, what I would do is once we were all together, there, I would cast Mordenkainen's private sanctum. Would have us all step in. Sorry, I needed to speak to you all in a place that would be beyond scrying eyes.
What's up?
Well, I was approached by the mages numbering 8. They are interested in adding me to their ranks as the main mage to study chronomancy moving forward.
Would they be known
That's
as
pretty cool.
Well,
Would they be known as the mages number 9 afterwards?
that's a good question. I suppose we'll have to.
You have to kill one of them and take their spot.
I don't think so, but we'll have to discuss those terms on the next world domination meeting, I suppose. I'm a little concerned with the mages numbering 8. It seems like they have a lot of power and a lot of influence, even though they're not directly connected to any part of the world. I almost wonder what kind of organization they are and how realistically dependable they are. I almost turned down their invitation for that reason, because I worry about becoming part of an organization that doesn't hold to my ideals. But then I remembered a speech that I originally gave to you, Kryn, about potentially being the change that you want to see in the world. Being able to change and influence something from within. But,
Well, that was the valid point when you brought it up to me. I think it's a valid point now.
I have something to ask you all, though, is if I do join them, and if I don't like what I find corruption, or I find evil amongst them, will you aid me, if the time comes, in potentially deposing them?
Yeah, I could do that.
It's a pretty tall order.
It would.
I trust your
don't know.
judgment, of course, and
We killed that Brar guy or whatever he was.
this is true. I trust your judgment, Tokarin, and I think if you had good reason and justification for that kind of action, I of course.
Rogar?
Yeah, I could probably help.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, but I just needed to know.
Ripping apart squishy mages that are all silenced.
I was about to say, Rogar just grabs a mage and folds him. I mean, literally
Right.
just folds him.
Literally. Look, I've got a folded mage.
Keep a mage in my pocket. Pull one out, unfold it. All right, there you go.
Well, then I suppose I will accept their invitation and slowly phase out my my enterprise within the Empire and the main world over the next few years.
You know, you could also present a more open face for them. They're kind of secretive. We don't talk to anybody. We're more important than anybody else type thing.
Yes, I discussed that possibility to them when they came to me with the offer. And they are a very close-knit, tight-knit group that purposely stays out of the politics of the world because they're afraid of being used as one of their mages once did in the past.
Well, sure, but staying out of politics and being more open are not mutually exclusive. You could do one without the other.
Yes. Well, I hope
Topher-
I hope to influence them from within, but we'll see how much of an impact I can really have.
Yeah, kind of their deal is you can't hold titles and lands apart from them.
It's kind of like going to the wall in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You renounce all former titles, and
He couldn't be Lord of Coin and part of the
Sure.
mages.
but that part I'm not too worried about. You know, all my life I didn't really dream of being Lord of Coin. I dreamed of being an Archmage. So this is kind of beyond anything I could have dreamed in that arena.
I'm
so
going
I'd
to,
be a fool not to take it. And plus, there's certainly somebody who's trained up and deserving of the title of Lord of Coin already.
I'd like to kind of lean over and put my hand on Tokarin's, and I'm going to say, Tokarin, I say this as a powerful high elven wizard who is overly self-confident to the point of arrogance. These people are really stuck up, and I hope you get to loosen them up a little bit.
Well, I guess we'll see. My powers of influence have gotten stronger over the years, but they've already approached me about potentially getting access to my my custom apprenticeship spell, if you will.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to find out if you ever let that girl go.
Yeah, she'll be able to do as she wishes as soon as she wants. She agreed originally to the full year, but she's still able to exit out of that agreement if she. anytime
Maybe
she wants.
maybe after that year you let her go take over one of your responsibilities that you got to leave behind.
I mean, I will say that
Maybe.
girl experiencing what she does through Tokarin would literally be a once in a lifetime experience that she could never do on her own.
Yeah, that's what
Hand
I'm
her a
saying.
Hand her a questionnaire, fill out the forms. How did you like that experience?
Yeah,
What did you not like? How can it be improved?
Yeah.
Would you recommend body enslavement to others, friends and family?
I wonder if the mages number 8 would allow you to do that, since someone else would be able to see
That's someone
inside.
else's eyes on their shit. That's a good point.
I mean, I assume that they gave this invitation to me knowing what's going on, so.
True.
But I promised you all that no one would ever get access to the spell, and that is still my intention.
Well, they might just take her and modify memory her so that she just
They would
forgets.
probably modify memory her. They'd let her keep everything except for like all their secret stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
They're gonna
yeah,
unlock
you
her.
remember all the magic stuff. You just can't remember any of our names or where we hang out or any of our secrets.
That's fair. But yeah, so then I guess Takorin would take the position, and he would still continue to, like every day he would step through to his study and then step out of the mirror on his flying ship and would recast the spell, because he's got to do that for a year to have the ship be permanentized. And he would probably spend 5 or 10 minutes just kind of looking over the deck and admiring the world passing by below, and then he would go back to work as the foremost developer of chronomancy magic in Khuros.
Cool.
And then we
What
get
would
to
Rogar
the
do?
Oh, you gotta tell him my title.
Sure. Takorin's new title under the Mages numbering 9 ? Is Takorin the 9th of 8, Chronomancer Archmagus of Khuros and Praelector of the Cardinal Nexus.
Mm.
Wow. Very Games of Thrones. First of his name?
Yeah.
I feel like 9th of 8 is a really cool name.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's the 9 pieces of 8.
Well, there's 8 schools of magic originally, like the original ones, and
Sure.
they had one guy for each of those. And then Takorin was doing time stuff, and they're like, "Well, fuck, we don't have a guy for that."
Oh, and yeah, I would have, by the way, I would have extended an invitation. I would have extended 2 specific invitations. One would have been immediately after the war. I would have invited Sage to come join me on the trade route going back and forth. And specifically, I'd be inviting her because she's got connections to kind of the underworld within the Empire.
Yeah, she'd be all about that.
Yeah, so I would invite her knowing that she would, and then as I had to phase out my role as the trade person, I would actually ask her if she wanted to take over 6 months later.
She would immediately take over and give herself the title of Sky Captain.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
And then I would have also invited Lady Moonpetal at the Moonpetal Institute in the Alliance to join me as my main apprentice in the Mages numbering 9, I guess now.
Sure, she would actually be down to give you her body for a year after Milena returns to wherever. She's like, that sounds dope.
All right. Yeah, because she's probably, besides me, with the work that she's done in the Alliance with me, is probably the next foremost mage of chronomancy in the world.
And she's an elf, so spending a year in your body,
yeah.
I mean,
Nothing
that's
to
like...
her.
She's a
Yeah.
tiefling.
Oh, a tiefling? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
still.
She is a purple tiefling.
I thought she was an elf for some reason.
Yeah, I imagine that the next year, though, after that first one, is probably not nearly as exciting. Or
a lot
dangerous.
of research and homework.
So I think Rogar, what would you get up to?
for the first year, I would have, before we all met, I would just be helping rebuild the army and all that. Be training Pierce to make sure that he can live up to the title of general. Working in my black shop, defending my title, I guess, at the
No
arena.
one's gonna fight you, dude.
Occasionally, like some guy comes in from out of town that has like never has picked up a newspaper, doesn't know what's going on. He's just like, "I'll fight your champion."
I walk out there, I punch him once and walk away.
Oh, you would eventually unlock the full might of the Graviturgy halberd.
All right. And you said after a year we all meet up, right, for the anniversary?
The national holiday.
After
It is known as the Day of Harmony.
I've got a little. Before that happens, I have a bit of an aside.
Sounds very elven, to be honest.
Go ahead and finish up your stuff, Marcus.
after the anniversary, the day after we all meet up, Rogar would disappear.
Well, I think we haven't done the anniversary yet.
Is that going to be an actual one shot or something, or?
No, I think
No, you guys would just return to the Empire.
But before that, sorry. When we're all meeting up on the tropical islands, I'm gonna pull Jarsali aside and say, "Look, Indish has lived her entire life with single-minded hatred. I was the same way for a while. I'm trying to help her work through that and not be so abrasive. Just don't be too hard on her, all right? She's already loosened up a lot."
I would say she would smile at her somewhat. What's the right word? Like a parent would at a child, kind of in a humoring way, and say something like, "For you, of course."
Thank you.
So one thing I guess I should let you guys know eventually is that the Cajun Empire would essentially be split into 3 nations. It's kind of like a triangle like this, where each nation's kind of at a different point. And out of respect, they would name the nations Cade, Karg, and Onto.
Oh.
Stupid names.
Rogar's like, "Where's my nation?"
Now we know why he disappears after the anniversary.
We have a new guest
Force the
on
Rogar Empire.
He's so offended.
building an army in the Valley of Beasts. He's about to invade.
I will have the nation of Rogar.
The Rogarian Empire.
He also takes the halberd with him.
Well, of course.
That's a good point.
I mean,
would they let me
Be
take
fair, who's
the,
gonna take it from you?
Yeah, would
Yeah,
they
who's
have
gonna-
let me take in the pocket watch with me?
Yeah, they're not going to tell you no.
Okay.
Who's going to stop
I would have
you?
promised. Yeah, that's a good point. But I would have promised if, because I'm assuming Chester would have taken my spot as Lord of Point. I would have promised to make him a magical item to replace it if he wanted. If there was anything in particular he thought would help him.
I mean, he's not going to say no.
You could make a new magic item for the general, too. Something that's more about protecting and less about destroying, maybe?
Yeah.
And the one for Chester has to be some kind of a magical abacus.
Tukoran's got to have something to do.
I would leave Pierce my Celestium Shield, but I don't think I can carry it.
I think you're right.
You mean Tukoran, the magic item factory? That Tukoran?
Yeah, that guy. I wouldn't have to remake him anymore because it's peace times.
You don't need to use your spells anymore. I don't have to keep remaking you. Stay in your time void and make me some magic.
Don't let me
items.
die, please. Don't send me back to the void.
Do we all know?
God.
Do we all know what Boots is going to be doing, or is that something you want to let her tell later?
Boots would probably be a little distant for a while. I think everyone else kind of going off and doing their own things is pretty hard for her. So she would pretty much be traveling looking for her own thing. because she didn't really have anything else besides the group. That was kind of her new family, and that was a lot of what she's invested in. And with everyone else kind of going off and doing their own thing, she would slowly kind of start losing touch as she tries to figure out what she's going to go and what she's going to do.
Yeah. Would she be back for the 1-year anniversary get together?
I don't think she would. I think she'd be still figuring out her own thing. You guys wouldn't be too sure why. You know, it's Boots. Either she's embarrassed she doesn't like have her own stuff going on, or she's sad or upset. But you guys would slowly start to lose touch a little bit with Boots. You'd know she's probably pretty much okay, but that's about it. She's just kind of trying to find her own way.
Does the moon look any different after a year?
The moon still looks the same. No explosions on the moon. No pieces raining to the earth.
Because little we know, the reason she went quiet is she's mastering illusion magic, so we won't know what she's actually doing up there.
Creating an entire different moon to send her family so that she can destroy them there and not destroy the whole world by destroying our moon.
And eventually you guys would meet up for the Day of Harmony feast. It's kind of the new holiday based on when the Wayward Accord was signed between Esseray, the Alliance, the Borderlands, who are currently being kind of watched over by Tobias and Winnie, and the 3 new nations of Cade. And you guys would kind of meet up to celebrate that. Kryn with Intish. You know, they'd come in with Intish on his arm. The Empire's there. Everybody that's like been a major player is there. And it's just a nice, relaxing dinner. Kemp's there. He's talking about a whole bunch of crazy dragon prophecies that don't make any sense.
Well, the first thing Kryn would do is go find Tobias and give him a big hug.
Yeah, he looks a little grayer, a little more stressed out, and he complains a lot, but you can tell like deep down that he actually really likes having like a purpose and a job. That's not just bounty hunting. You know, being able to take care of people in the Borderlands. That's always kind of been home to him. Even though he's like, you know, he would never say it, but he's always just like, fucking bullshit everywhere. But you can tell deep down that he's really happy about it.
The Emperor's there?
Yeah. Well, the king now.
Oh, the king, right. I would also go to the king and say, "Hey, what can we do about getting our tower rebuilt?"
Oh, I mean, are you going to be staying here?
You know, it's funny that actually you brought that up. I think Jarsali, because she's basically spending half her time here, would have tried to have that rebuilt as her residence when she's here and when anybody else is in town.
Sure, then yeah, you would have been able to have it rebuilt as more of a monument than anything, because you guys aren't actually staying there.
Well, I'm 50% there.
I mean, anytime I would come to town, that's where I would stay. I'd want it to be rebuilt exactly the same if possible.
Well, I mean, if Corin would have been there for the first 6 months, being the Lord of Coin, he would have had it rebuilt for sure.
Yeah, sure, makes sense.
I probably would have been there too, since I spent that year doing all this stuff. Oh, I also forgot to say I would be training the Emperor too.
Yeah, he has a lot less time for training for sure, and with everything else going on, but he would still try to make time whenever he could to train with you.
I make time.
He's in a meeting, you just walk in, you're like, this meeting is over.
He bursts into a council meeting and just starts swinging halberd at him. It's training time.
Yeah, I would have made something for the Emperor in those 6 months. Let's see.
Be ready for a surprise attack. He just drops down from the ceiling, like through the conference table.
I was gonna say during a meeting, the halberd would just slowly be creeping up from behind him and just surprise attack.
It just comes through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Who here has seen the Peter Sellers Pink Panther movies? Like the ones from like the 70s.
No.
Okay, you need to, because he's got his butler aide guy is named I think it's Kento, and attacks him randomly at all times for like their training. It does it in the most random ways.
I probably wouldn't go too far with it, but I would do surprise attacks and make sure he's ready for any situation. And then Pierce obviously has to be level 20 by the time I leave for in the year. Or he's gonna die getting up to level 20.
Oh God.
Who are we giving? We need to decide who we're giving the armor of the Unbreakable to, though.
Well, that should go to Pierce now. He's.
Well, I think
that-
it should go to the king for him to decide who he wants to go to, right? It's kind of a relic of his.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair.
kingdom.
That's
Does the
fair.
king want it to use it?
I don't think he can.
Well, see, that's
Pierce
the thing.
could.
I could make it so that they could use it. Because I'm going to create a belt of fire giant strength for them. So that would actually give them a strength score of 25 while they're wearing
Well, then
it.
sure, he'd take it.
To go with, yeah.
You're not gonna say no.
I'm so buff now.
So-
oh my
so-
god.
So yeah, I would definitely. If I couldn't do it in that first 2 months, then when we came back for the year, I would have presented that to the king.
He would be very thankful for it. And he would let you know that he'll use it as best he can to do better than the last man who wore it.
It's not a very high bar.
I was thinking the same thing.
I would say that I would expect you to use it to defend the piece as well as the last man attempted to destroy it.
He just kind of nods at that. But yeah, essentially the Western Nation Alliance has become a bigger alliance of nations, including all of the Western Nation Alliance, the Strait of Dragons, the Borderlands, Cade, Karg, Onto, and Essere.
Very cool. We created the Khuros U.
Right. Yeah, the KU.
KU. Khuros U.
KU.
Raksha.
Or the CU. Cadron.
No, Khuros. KU.
Oh, Khuros. Khuros, yeah, KU.
Yeah, KU.
All right. And the currency is the Kuro.
Oh my god.
Write that down, write that down!
I would
Does,
just say during the anniversary celebration, Jarsala would make sure to drag Kren onto the dance floor and dance as well as she ever has danced while his new squeeze is there, just for fun.
I'm gonna insight check you.
None needed.
Awesome.
While this is happening, you look over and see Fabian dancing with Intish.
After we've
Wow,
danced
she really
for...
has loosened up, hasn't she?
Actually, I want to insight check Intish.
You don't have to. You just do it because Jarsali did it.
Okay. Well, after I dance with Jarsali, I will then dance with Intish.
Intish is still just staring at Jarsali the whole time.
Stare back. It's just this uncomfortable staring contest.
Like salsa dancing, but their eyes never leave each other from across the dance the dance hall.
Wow, that's very impressive that they're still keeping those forms while their heads are locked in the same direction.
Kryn just lets out a deep sigh.
It's like The Exorcist when we're moving around the room. Like,
Okay, Kryn's just gonna let out a very deep sigh and shake his head.
Good to be back.
Does anything of note happen at the 1 year anniversary?
No, I think you guys would be probably a little upset Boots isn't there, but you also know she's trying to just figure out what to do next because you guys all had goals and aspirations, and she was a little bit just excited to have a family. So she's still trying to figure out her place in the world.
I wouldn't
And,
be able
I
to
think-
help but send her a cast sending just to make sure she's okay.
Yeah, you'd basically get that she's okay, but probably not much else.
Did she take Scarf with her?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay.
Not going to abandon Scarf.
and
Well, I didn't know
also,
if Winnie took her or not. Took it or not.
the other thing is, now that she
Oh,
has
God.
a small army of awakened squirrels following her around, she really doesn't need us for company as
That's
much anymore.
true. What have I done by giving her that staff?
Maybe that's what she's doing, making a kingdom of all awakened animals.
It's going to be the Boots
Squirrel
Empire
drum.
versus the Rogar Empire.
Real cat and mouse game.
Oh god.
Rogar actually accidentally stepped onto Core. Oh wait, you're not on that body anymore.
Accidentally. No, but it looks like I am. My signature spells for level 1 and level 2 are Disguise Self and Alter Self. So I always either look and feel like Takoran.
Well,
Yeah,
guys, I feel like I should say I appreciate you all playing the campaign. It was a blast. And I'm looking forward to taking some time off. Brian, you're up next.
I look forward to it. It should be lots of fun.
They're your
Although
problem
I am-
now.
I am bummed this one's over.
There will be more in the future.
I will say, and specifically for Nicole also, whenever she comes back and listens it, this has been one of the, if not the most fun from the aspect of the interwoven chemistry and relationships from developing the PCs through the course of campaign that I've experienced. It was really, really neat.
As sad as I am that we lost Carganto, Jarsali has been a treat.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely. Everyone's been a treat. Absolutely everyone. This is the best campaign I've ever played in, for sure.
And it hasn't just been the group dynamic, but even the each of the individual characters has their own little individual kind of things separate from the group context between them, if that makes sense.
true.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun to see that. So
Well, like with Kran and Takoran, like there's some things we like definitely agree on, and then there's some other things where we definitely disagree
Yeah,
on, and those
couldn't be more opposite on, but also we had good chemistry together. As
we have a
partners.
mutual respect and trust.
Yeah.
And even though we had some opposing viewpoints, we were always able to come back to that trust, and that was cool.
Yeah. And I feel like I had like Takoran as a character had a unique interaction and connection with every other character in this campaign, which made it
Absolutely.
very unique.
Yeah, like to Kran, Boots is his little sister. Takoran is like this really smart guy that he's got a lot of respect for and respects some of his opinions, a lot of his opinions, but also thinks he's just wrong on some things,
Yeah, sure.
and not an enemy because of that, but Rogar is like this. He's almost like he doesn't view him as a big brother, but he's almost like a big brother type character, and for all of the destructive capability he has, very, very calm, very level-headed, and very kind. And Jarsali just gets shit done, but also has depth and complexity and a lovingness about her that's really cool as well.
yeah, I really think everybody's character development playing was top notch.
Yeah. What's this that you?
Kingdom of Rogar, Nation of Animals. The Kingdom of Rogar would be that small.
I mean, it's just the beginning. We just put it on the map, you know.
And you made it such an interesting setting too, Thomas. I can't give you enough credit for. Yeah, like we.
The world building is great.
Yeah, like we make those characters, you know, and that's really cool. But we wouldn't be motivated to do it if you hadn't made such an interesting world for us to interact
Totally.
in.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. I spent too much time on it.
Or apparently
Never.
just the right amount of time on it.
Never. You can't. Took the time it needed
Ooh.
to make it great.
Yeah, when I say it's the best campaign I've ever played in, that's credit to the DM, but also all of the players. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a group participation event. You know, everyone's got to be committed, and everyone was. That's what made it so awesome.
Yeah. And I'm sure she's listening, or maybe she's not, but I know Nicole's going through some hard stuff right now, and she's been a trooper whenever she can, and I think that also, ascertains to her commitment. I think if I was working as much as she was, I would not be here.
Right.
Yeah.
And not even just working as much as she is, but with the
level of
stress level
stress.
and
Content.
yeah.
And we all appreciate you very much, Nicole, and things are gonna get better soon, I hope. I know you're almost done with your project, your assignment, whatever it is.
Yeah, hopefully, I think she said something like 6 weeks ish, something like that.
Yeah, it's getting close to where there's only about a month left or so for her.
It's the meme of the cat holding on to the string.
Yeah, keep
Yep.
hanging in there.
Keep hanging in there, Nicole.
Can't wait to see old hag boots in Khuros 2.
I hate that it's totally not related to this. But when I joined the other one, I hate that they redid the options menu, and I cannot, for the life of me, find how to make it so it's names only and not the picture.
It's under display.
Yeah.
I also hate that I have to do it every game I go into. Just leave my settings the same.
Yeah,
game to
I wish
game.
there was a
To
way
all
to
the
set it.
Roll20 devs listening to this,
Right.
Yeah.
we know you watch.
Yeah.
Well, just, what we should do? You should when it hits YouTube, you should send it to them via Twitter, timestamped.
Yeah.
Brian, it's audio video chat, video display, and then it's names only.
Audio. Oh, that little tab that I totally didn't see?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, the very same.
Sons of bitches.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to stop the recording, unless anyone else wants to say anything else before we close out Khuros.
We'll see you guys in 20 years in Khuros 2.
All right.
Woo!
Woo.